Dr. V. Joseph Vorticelli, and me, Mark Friedman. We're rocking. Just an American citizen, Dr. V. Joe Talks. And just so you'll know, if you're out there looking, I don't think you are. It's going to be hard to find, but he finally put up a video on Harvard, and and we're rocking. And it's called what, Dr. V?
It's all about Harvard and
Yeah,
academic
but they're
freedom.
looking it up. What do they want to do?
You look up
What's
Dr. V speaks and look up about Harvard and academic freedom and see if you can find it. See if the YouTube sends you
I
to the
thought it
right
was. I thought
place.
it was Dr. V Talks.
It's Dr. V Talks, right?
You said Dr. V Speaks.
Dr. V presents Joe Talks.
Now it's
Joe
presents. I
Talks.
thought you changed it,
Joe
said that
Talks.
didn't happen.
No, it's Dr. V presents Joe Talks because we
Doctor,
do
you
Joe
keep changing it.
Talks.
You're making it so hard.
Joe Talks politics.
Guillermo!
Rest in peace, the Pope. Absolutely.
We were about to roll into that. And it's a good reason, Guillermo. I'm happy you raised it. I was talking to Jose about this just before. Talked about us about Pope Francis. Tell us what you think about him, Joe.
He was absolutely a great man, and it's a shame because he was someone who really cared about fellow human beings. And what he did was he was a champion for people who were less well off. He was a champion for poor people. He's a champion for people who are being persecuted. He was a champion for immigrants. And it's a shame, that the administration that we have right now, which is sort of antithetical to all the things that he represented. He was a modest man. He didn't go for all the glory. He didn't go for ostentation. He was just somebody who cared about the people, and we need more of that. And it's a shame we lost a great man.
Hey, Spartacus. Hey, Guillermo. Isn't it interesting, Joe, that he never went back to Argentina from whence he came? I mean, Venezuela. Wasn't it Venezuela? I'm sorry,
No,
Venezuela.
Argentina. He was
All
from
right, I'm sorry,
Argentina.
Argentina, right. That from
Argentina.
whence he came, because he wanted to stay out of politics or be in politics. I
Yeah,
understand.
he would have been
People got a
used
little bit.
for political purposes, that sort of thing. But he went to many countries. He went to countries that other popes didn't go to, including he went to Eastern countries. He went all over the world and really tried to represent people who were not well represented.
Well, I'm sorry, he passed on. I mean, I'll tell you, he's a tough guy. He came back. I didn't think he was going to make it out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And I didn't think he was going to make it out of the hospital. And then he gets back and actually gets out and goes to what, St. Peter's Square, and
hmm
blesses everybody one more
Did an
time.
Easter
I'm not.
blessing. Went to the prison. Yeah, just unfortunately, he spent a little bit of time with Vance, which probably did not make his day. But
Well, I'll tell you this, Joe. I'm not Catholic, so it's hard for me to understand how people feel about the Pope. But I'll tell you, this guy was a tough guy, and I just gave it to him. The way he came back and he fought it all the way because he wanted
mhm.
to be there for Easter, and then he was out there and he blessed the crowd and did his thing. I think he went to heaven happy, and I say right on. And it's
Yeah, if anyone deserved to
uh,
go to heaven, it's him for sure.
I'm there, and I hope he did. And now we'll see who the next pope is, and
Yeah,
everybody can
I
watch.
mean,
What is
there's
it,
going to be a
conclave?
big controversy in the Catholic Church right now because he really represented the Jesuits and the liberal wing of the Catholic party. There, it's not a party, the Catholic Church, and the next pope could be more conservative, and some of the things that he instituted, they may take back. But he was great. If we could have another pope like that, we'd be very lucky, very fortunate.
Right, right. The Oh, then we'll find out. Everybody should watch what, Conclave? Is that the name of the show? The
Watch
movie?
the movie Conclave and get an idea of
Where
what's going
was
to be
it? Where's it
happening.
streaming? Where's it streaming, Joe?
It was on Peacock, but now it's going to be on Amazon.
Oh, so most people should be able to see it then.
Yeah,
That
so
should
I
be
think
good.
it just started streaming on Amazon like the last day or two.
Oh, wow. Tremendous. Well, everybody can watch that and go on. I heard it was a good movie. Almost got an
It's,
Oscar, didn't it?
it was a great movie. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't watch it. I got no idea. I just know there'll be a puff of white smoke that comes out of there. And hopefully it's just regular smoke and it's not smoke made up of other things that maybe they were enjoying while they're in there at the
Well,
same
that's
time,
they'll
right?
celebrate, and the smoke goes from dark smoke to a white smoke.
Yeah, I know. The question is what that white smoke is composed of. We'll find out. They come out smiling.
It's
I
a
say right
secret.
on.
It's a
It's yeah, it's
secret.
real secret. It's secret. I'm sure it's a real secret. It goes from the old
Secret.
days, like the medicine man from the American Indians. It was or the indigenous. It was like yeah, real secret. Peace pipe. It always worked. Why not? Okay. Why not? I say, hey, here
Absolutely.
we go. Okay, here we go. Regan, how are you? From Indonesia. What you doing, Regan? What do we think? Uncle Tax from you're talking. Oh, it's horrible. Let's get to our economy. Okay, let's start talking about the economy and start getting straight about what's going on. We've been talking about this for a while. It's what we've been saying, Joe. Everybody's been saying, "Oh, how come it's not falling apart? The numbers are good. The numbers are good." And we've been saying since it all started, we were looking 5, 6 months out because a ship doesn't just turn on a dime. It has to make a full U-turn. Let me talk about some of the stuff that's starting to happen out there, guys, because Trump is really killing this economy. Remember, there's a minimum 10% tariff on most stuff that's out there. In other countries, there is a much bigger tariff. He hasn't pulled the tariffs. The tariffs are sitting there and they're talking about it, but then nothing's happening and the money it still costs. And now you've got this going on, okay? And before you all think, it doesn't matter if you're MAGA, it doesn't matter if you're liberal, it doesn't matter if you're middle of the road. The bottom line on here is this is the reality of our economy. Let's see where it is, the economy. Right now, there's a major engineering hiring slowdown going on. Chevron in Houston, which is their headquarters, is farming out a chunk of their engineering work to India. So engineers in America are losing their jobs. Fact, that's going on in Houston. Chevron. Hey, Dale, MAGA's fine. Our position is this is going to hurt MAGA, this is going to hurt liberals, and this is going to hurt middle of the road. It's just going to hurt all Americans. I'm just an American citizen. Joe just speaks and presents whatever. He's always changing his name. I'm not sure what it is, but this is we're here for everybody on this. Think about it. If in Houston, the headquarters of Chevron, gigantic oil company, if they're farming out engineering jobs, they're high-paying jobs, they're hard, they're top jobs out to India so they can save money. What's going on? That's not getting jobs. That's losing jobs under Trump. Mazda has announced that they are shutting down as of May 15th. They're doing a major shutdown, I think, of the 5 Series or whatever it is, as of May 15th. Volvo is shutting down 800 jobs. 800 jobs Volvo's getting rid of because of what's going on with the tariffs. This is all, I think, mostly happening in Michigan. It's probably in some other areas, but you're now starting to see this go on because as these jobs are shutting down, so we're not having them, it's going to go into May and June. We were saying June, July was when we've been looking for the turn to start coming down and really hurting the economy. Well, you're starting to see it now. Some other facts, delinquencies on car loans and credit cards are at all-time highs. And they are great. I think they're as high as they were during the Great Recession of the mid like 2000s, was it 2010, 2011, whenever that was, 2010 or 9, in that area. Then the numbers I think are as big as they were then,
Oh
Joe.
my.
And as this is going on, you can go, well, the economy can handle it. It's a big economy. It's a strong economy. But at the same time, our long-term interest rates are going up while the value of the dollar is going down.
Not
Look at
good.
all this. And now, I'm not talking day to day. Joe knows, you all know, you followed us. And please give us a thumbs up. We don't care if you or agree with us or not. We're here talking to you guys about this. If you think I'm wrong, come on. But we're looking out for everybody. Thanks, John. My wife loves the mustache too. God, she loves it. So she won't let me shave it. She thinks I look like Nixon with a sweaty upper lip if I shave it. So as this is going on, long-term rates are going up. And the dollar is going down, which means that if you go out there to buy things, your dollar is worth less, which means you can only buy less. And as the long-term interest rates go up, the Fed can't affect the long-term interest rates. The Fed only affects short-term interest rates, not long-term interest rates. So when you look at this and long-term are going up, mortgage rates are still pretty high. Costs to be able to build are going to be high. To hire people to be able to build are going to be high. So as it's just all just starting to burn its way through there underneath this, Joe, and you can't miss it. You got to get ready for this because people are going to go, we got a real problem. It's not the pain of ripping off the bandage, Lord, it's the pain of doing something wrong. It's the pain of destroying our friendships around the world. It's the pain of destroying our allies. It's the pain of making the dollar, which is the strongest currency in the world and the leading currency in the world, destroyed, to bring it down. It's the pain of middle class and regular people who are going to be tasting this. It ain't going to be the billionaires who are going to taste it. They'll just write another couple checks here and there. It's no issue for them. This is for regular people. These are the people losing their jobs at Mazda. These are the people losing their jobs at Volvo. This isn't a matter of ripping anything off. Rip it off yourself. This is not where it should be going. It doesn't make any sense at all. We are securing it. It's going to take what? Come on, Lord. You're going to wait 4 years for these jobs? 4 or 5 years? They're not going to get here. And when they do, don't you already see Elon Musk is pushing his robots like crazy? You see that, Joe? He's getting back to that. Every one of these factories that they bring here are going to have robots built in or get set up for robots to be able to do the job. And if you believe otherwise and think technology is going to lead, it's not going to lead it in, it's making no sense. They're going to need robots. They're going to need all this because tariffs and all the other costs are going to be so high. They're going to have to keep their costs down, productivity up, which means less people, more technology. That's what's going on. So you can believe whatever you want about all these jobs you think are going to be out there. They're not, guys. They're not. Okay? It's Jay. Nothing's been happening for decades. What's happening now is it's getting ripped down and destroyed. That hasn't been happening for decades. For decades, we have been the strongest economy in the world. For decades, everybody used our dollar. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I just can't agree. You're just wrong. America, the dollar is the coin of the world. Come on. And North Fire Farms, you are. You know, we love Canada. I've always said they're our friends. Everybody forgets in Iran when they took our diplomats, who was our friend, and hit them? The Canadians. They brought him in and hit him there for a while and snuck him out. The Canadians, our friends. Why don't we have Canadian friends? Why are we getting rid of our Canadian friends? Joe, we lost you. He'll be back. Whenever this happens, he's getting a telephone call, but he knows not to answer it. So he didn't answer it, and he is back. Beautiful.
Can you see me?
We all see you. We hear you, Joe.
Oh, my God.
Right on. Okay. So, Tim, we love you, too. So you sit here and you go, it doesn't make it. Jay, we've been outsourcing jobs. Who's denying that? But what jobs? But the whole thing changed overnight. Not overnight, over all the years, because we were also sending out our services, sending out our technology that doesn't get counted in the when you look at the trade deficit. We have a major surplus in the amount of technology and support that went with it. Hey, Philip, what you doing? What do they say? I down there? Where do they go?
I from Australia. We have
Yeah,
somebody
where do they
from
go?
Australia.
They got kangaroos, everything down there.
Love the
I love
Aussies.
Australia.
Love the
They're like the
Aussies.
other side. The Aussies are tough. They've always been American friends, and I say right on to Australia. I love it.
I
And
was watching Bush Barbie the other day. She's on YouTube. Got to check her out.
okay. Jay, the reason Canada doesn't have massive tariffs on the U.S. Trump negotiated the deal between America, Canada, and Mexico. This was Trump's deal before he left in the first term. We are under Trump's deal. Why could you complain? I mean, this is what Trump did, Jay Hallen, and that's the truth. Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, if we were that funny and making that kind of money, I'd stay right on, Chris. I kind of did. Peter, tell him right on. Somebody finished milking the cows. Make sure you heat it, because if you drink that raw stuff and get it the wrong way, I know somebody who got very sick from that. So please make sure on that. Puerto Rico. another call. I love Puerto Rico, and it's a great country, but you got issues. I'm sorry, a great island. You got issues because of the electricity and all that stuff. It's really tough, but we love the people. He's back. Cecil, we love you. Ireland. Do you have an Irish accent? Remember that old song by Paul McCartney? Give Ireland back to the Irish. That was before the deal got made. I love Ireland. I love it. I love Europe. We love people, Joe and I. We are blessed. Not only do we have a great country that we love, not only do we have great citizens that we love, not only do we have a great community that we love, but we have people from across the world who are part of our community. And it's so tremendous. We love you. We love to hear what you have to say because here you can do it. It's no issue. Well, in Kashmir, they had that issue with what they killed 28 tourists recently. Isn't that what happened in Kashmir, PKM? That's a problem. I wouldn't want to be a tourist down there getting shot like that. Well, I don't agree,
Pasta
Trump
visual.
2025.
I'll be back. I'll be back in a bit.
Pasta,
I got to
what do you
I got to deal with a medical emergency. I'll be right back.
keep the seat warm? I'll be
Keep the
doing my
seat
thing.
warm.
Hurry
I'll be
back,
right back.
baby. Take care of the emergency. I'm happy Ireland loves America. Pasta fagioli, Judge, probably where Joe went. He saw this. Philip, thanks. He'll be back. You know Joe. You all know Joe is a doctor, one of the top addiction specialists in the world. And he gets called on some of this stuff. Sometimes we go back 53 years and woo, I'm telling you, we got our 50-year anniversary this year. South Africa, Zoli, we love you too. 2027, every date's good. I don't know. This is what I know. We have to get it together because if we don't, Gandalf, I support America's allies. That's if we have any left. I like to believe we do, but gosh, what we're doing to our allies and how we're tearing them apart and what we're doing to the fabric of the international society that we built is so horrible. It's hard. Lord, I don't want the economy my father had. So you look at all this. I mean, what's so great about that? It's, hey, I just don't understand Gandalf. I don't know what point you prove. And hey, I support America. My focus is America. My love is America. My history is America. I'm American. To be point proven, I think you proved I love our country. That's why the channel is called Just an American Citizen. That's why the channel has a flag up there. That's why we tell you how we feel and where it's going. We can't wait for Trump to be gone. We're going to have to fight now. And that's what's kind of happening, but it's hard to say where the fight's going. You have everybody complaining that there's so many court hearings and so many orders, but people forget he has been pumping executive orders out there. And the more executive orders you pump out there, you're going to, and pushing the boundaries that people understand that executive action, executive powers, you're going to get pushback from people, and it has to start happening. And there's nothing wrong with it. And that's why we talk about it here. That's why we talk about it here. We keep going. Okay. It doesn't matter. We just talk because not just the First Amendment, because it's important that people keep talking. Look at us. I love our comments. Well, I wish you could say I'm not too old to vote. Come on, what are you talking about? Sunday, just because I've been around the sun on numerous occasions. I've orbited the sun, maybe more than you, but so what? All that does is it gives us some experience. I'm sure not saying I know everything. I'm sure not saying I'm not wrong, but I'll tell you this. If you go into Just an American Citizen where I am, and please give me a thumbs up. Dr. V will be back soon. Please give me a thumbs up. You go in there, you will see. I've been pretty much right over the last 10 years as we've talked about this stuff, as we've gone forward on all these different issues. I don't hide it. Okay, it's there, and we're not too old to vote. There's nothing wrong with wisdom. There's nothing wrong with experience. There's nothing wrong with remembering that sometimes you made mistakes and you learned from those mistakes. And that's what happens when you get age. I'm not out of it yet. I will be out of it soon. I don't run for office. It's not an issue to me, but still there is experience out there, and you learn from mistakes and you learn from success, but you mostly learn from mistakes. I've made a chunk of them. And that's why we talk about how you see it, because everything is so cyclical. We don't teach history in America. We don't teach anything. So you can't see the cycles. You can't see how America grows. You can't see how America gets better as it fights through the problems that it has. Let me get back off. Not my pillow. I'm not, I'm not him. Come on, I'm not the pillow guy. And Lord, I agree with that. You're totally correct. We are all individuals with different ideas who can agree to disagree. And that's what we say here, okay? That's what Sean, I don't think he's sleepwalking. I think he's wide awake and he's going into it. I think what we have is this, okay? And I think it's just obvious, whether you like Trump or not. I think you're looking at a guy who is definitely a narcissist, but it goes to more than that. He's been impeached twice. He's been sued how many times? He has been attacked by zillions of people, and he's naturally a guy who is very defensive, and his defensive action is to be offensive. And he looks at the rest of the world, goes, everybody's after me. They come after me, and I'm just going to go after them, and I got nothing to lose. And I really think that's what he thinks. And that's where we are. Glorious, do I believe in aliens? The odds say that there are other living whatever, I'm not going to say creatures, other living beings, I'm not going to say beings, other living whatever out in the universe. I could say it. Trinket, don't leave. We need you. We need all of our friends. We need all of Americans to stick together. Come on. Narcissist is a problem. It's Gandalf. Let me tell you, Trump doesn't support Israel. And that's where everybody's missing. Is America over? We'll be back, copy. That's where everybody's missing it. Gorilla, I'm not crying. I'm talking about issues that affect all of us. I'm talking about an economy that's going to be imploding as we go on in the next 3 months or so. Get ready. I'm talking about these numbers here. Back to the issue about Trump and Israel. Trump doesn't support Israel. Trump supports those that he thinks support him. If he doesn't think he's getting something out of it, if he doesn't think that it's for him, then he's not going to support that group, that nation, or anything. So he doesn't support anybody but Trump. And that's just the way it is. So you can't sit back because you never know. He'll turn on you in a second. I mean, think about it. You're Mark Zuckerberg from Meta. I don't know if you've seen, but they got sued. It was under the Biden administration, but they've been sued for whatever, and I think being a monopoly or whatever, and they lost. Well, they've given millions to Trump, or at least $1 million. Did Trump back off? No. He whacked them. Google's having the same type of a situation. The Trump administration hasn't backed off there. So it's really interesting when you see people are throwing money at the king, but the king is going, I don't care. People are going to start wondering what's going on here. So I sit there and go, wow, it just makes no sense. And keep this in mind, too, about the economy, because the economy is in trouble. We've been talking about it. I gave you all those facts. With Mazda shutting down, with chunks of it shutting, with one line shutting down, with Volvo shutting down, with Michigan having problems, we're seeing here all the layoffs. What about the corruption? Let's talk corruption, okay? Corruption. Come on, Gorilla. All you can do is come after me. Look, do me a favor. Go into Just an American Citizen, which is my channel. I have a video there. I've told people this all the time. It's called My Face. People have come after me about the way I've looked since I've lived. I look in the mirror. I know what I look like. Look at this mug. I can't miss it. I got some hair, got color, but I got a little hair. So I deal with it. I mean, it's just the way it is. So to say there's an echo, there's no echo if it's from my schnozola. It's just my schnozola. And I'm glad I got it. And I'm glad I'm still here being able to breathe and talk about this kind of stuff. It's really too much. No TDS, Daniel. What am I saying? It's TDS. I'm saying the truth. This is what's going on out there. But let's talk about the corruption. What happened? You've got the market. You've got the market going in here, going down. You have interest rates going, long-term interest rates going up. You've got the value of the dollar going down. You've got tariffs out there, so the prices are going up here in America. You've got layoffs that are already starting, that have already been announced. And at the same time, you have Trump making these announcements, or Bessent making these announcements, which really only help wealthy people. Let's use an example here. Secretary Bessent was in front of the J.P. Morgan, what was it, the equity or the private equity or the hedge fund group a couple days ago. What does he say to them? He says, we're going to make a deal. It's going to work out with China. We're kind of there. I mean, we're going to be there. It's going to work out. This is what he says to them. You don't think they picked up the phone? There he is. You don't think they picked up the phone and called up their clients or called up their traders and said, hey, start trading on this. Secretary Bessent said there's going to be a deal with China. And all of a sudden the market starts flying up. Who made the money? The rich people made the money. That's who Trump lives for money, so he can get more money back out of it. So what? This is reality. He went to the J.P. Morgan Bessent and announced this. How about when the market was exploding down and his guy, I keep forgetting his name because I always say, you know his name, Joe, the one who was in jail, white hair, whatever. Who always came out and said, we're doing tariffs, we're doing tariffs, we're doing tariffs. But he would come out and say, that's all we're going to do.
Yeah.
You know who he is. And he would come out, and then all of a sudden, Trump says, well, maybe the market's in a good way. Maybe it's a good time to buy it. And then it goes up and flies up. And what do we find out?
Navarro.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, I'm sorry.
Navarro.
Joe?
You're talking about, can you hear me?
Yes.
Navarro.
I keep forgetting. I think it's on purpose. I
Yeah.
see the face. I see when he's like growling all the time.
Yeah.
I forget his name, which I think is the best thing possible to be able to do. Because who wants to even remember him? We need more cars. We don't need more cars. But Ed M, a couple, we're 53-year-old friends, babe. 53 years of friends, 53-year-old. 53 years.
Yeah, well,
we're
we're
not
6
outraged.
years old.
Death. Right. We
Since-
love our country. Right. There's no hate here. We love our country. I'm just an American citizen. He's Dr. V. What are we? Americans. We've been around. We tell you what we think.
I just
We're
want to
there.
say
Go
one
ahead,
thing.
Joe.
I
Go
see
ahead.
some comments in there.
Okay.
People are talking about bringing jobs back into this country. Let me tell you what's happening. So
I told
right
him
now,
all the ones leaving already. Go ahead.
so academic institutions, I'm going to come back to that, have had to people who were accepted into the programs in the graduate school, medical school, that sort of thing, they've had to limit the number of people coming into the universities. Okay. So guess where those people are going? Not to
Another
American schools,
country.
they're going to China. Now,
Correct.
is that what you want? The smart people getting into grad school to go to China?
Sure.
Okay. And so we'll get jobs to make Adidas sneakers, okay, that the Gen Z people don't want anyway. They rather wear the sneakers than make the sneakers. In the meantime, the good jobs are going to China. And what made this country great in the first place is that we had incredibly bright people, creative people doing great things, discovering new medicines, discovering new treatments, discovering new technologies. And where are they going to be now? They're going to be in China. Is that the kind of jobs you want to bring back into the United States?
And
Making
remember,
sneakers
Joe,
and send away jobs of designing the sneakers?
nobody's going to make the sneakers. The robots are going to make the sneakers. It ain't going to matter. That's the bottom line. Gorilla balls. Your question is, how many Chevys are in Europe? Let me ask you something. Have you ever, not many Chevys in Holland, have you guys ever been to Europe? I'm sure no European hopper, but I've been to Europe on a couple occasions. You know, their lanes are like really, really narrow. We make trucks, Ram Chargers, that stuff, and big SUVs for our roads, for our interstates. They don't have that there. Put a Ram truck and try to drive it through London. It won't get through like 3 streets. It'll be stuck because the streets are so narrow. That's what's going on. Who's buying American stuff in Europe? Our stuff's too big. Europe's old. They don't want the Ram Charger. They want smaller cars. That's what they drive. So that's why there's no Chevys. That's why they're not on any of those stuff, on any of those countries. It doesn't matter how high the tariff is, if there is one. Nobody wants a Ram Charger. Who's driving a Ram Charger in London? Show me, okay? Where are they driving them in Berlin, Ketchy? That's what everybody's missing on all this stuff. Peter, not only they can't go around, they can't even fit there. Ketchy, we don't have cars that fit because they're all trucks. So that's where we are with that. Hey, please give us thumbs up. We're where we work hard. We love you guys. We're not the biggest, but we talk straight. We let you know how we feel. We don't care if you don't agree with us. We just care that you're here, and that's why we talk to you. Look at that guy smiling there. So please give us the thumbs up. Please go to
I think somebody was saying something about the other countries have the research jobs and technology jobs. So my argument is pointless and empty. I'm still not sure what he was trying to.
We
The point
have
he was
all the
trying to make.
technology jobs.
Right now, we have
Europe's
the
been
tech.
trying. Right, they've been
I
trying
know.
to shut it down. China doesn't have it. We have it. Whoever said that is kind of lost. I mean, I'm sorry. Whoever, I didn't know who said it, but it's wrong. Crossed out, the ship hasn't turned yet. It's turning on us, and it's going to turn. You're right. It's going to turn on its captain. Mercedes, Renault, Volkswagen. Volkswagen's laying people off. Audi, Mercedes. What about it? Their cars can drive on our roads. Our Ram Chargers can't drive on theirs. That's what you have to understand. Sonny, I love you. We listen and don't judge either. Let me tell you something. I keep coming back to it. I got to come back to it. I haven't. We are in Devo land. How long have we talked about that? Are we not men? We are Devo, de-evolution, okay? We're going backwards. We're little snails with tails. That's what we're turning into. Devo, unfortunately, as I always say, it's great music, great album, but it's what we're turning into. We're going backwards. We're not coming forwards. We're going backwards. And just as a quick little, just like maybe you'll see it coming, this may come up a little bit later today. You may see that. I don't know what we'll see. Maybe that'll come up a little bit later. Hang in. That could be coming up a little later. This one could be coming up a little later too. Oh gosh, who even
So do you know
knows?
who Scotty Kilmer is?
Who?
Scotty Kilmer.
Who's Scotty Kilmer? I know
But
Scotty from Star Trek.
it's a big meme going around. Maybe they can explain it in the chat. Explain
Who
who
knows?
Scotty Kilmer is.
I don't. I'm not Scotty Kilmer. I knew. What's his name? Kilmer, who played for the Redskins when they were the Redskins. They're Commanders now. But it's hey, please give us thumbs up while I find out about Scotty Kilmer and I find out we're betas, even though we're Phi Fs. Please give us thumbs up, agree or not. Please go to Just American Citizen, give us some subscribers. Look at the stuff. See where I'm right or wrong. Throw in comments and go on to. He keeps changing the name. I think today it's Dr. V presents Joe Speaks or Joe
No, Joe
Trumpet.
talks. Joe
Joe
talks.
Talks, Joe Trumpets. I'm not sure. It's something like that these days. So we're going to do it. And while you're on there, go on to this. A really good website. There's not much there on that channel, but it's good because it's got great pictures of him. The man has came up with this incredible drug. And you put on there, though, because as good as he is, where's Lewis? Please put it right on there. Where's Lewis? We're all wondering about that. He's the biggest car guy. Great. I like him then. I love cars. No, Rock, I'm not the pillow guy. We've said it a million times. It doesn't happen that way. So why don't we
32
just do it?
minutes.
Why don't we just hit this just very quickly? We have some music. I pop into the music, you guys know. Pop back out. I just feel like it. Their Satanic Majesty's Request, the Stones, the original album, where if you turn it, the heads turn. Mick's head turns, all the guys' heads turn. Keith, all of them, Charlie. And then you see pictures of like the Beatles inside there. So when you see the real picture, you can figure it out, but you really can't hear. You got to move it around. And the crazy thing is, this album came out during psychedelia. They had to respond to Sgt. Pepper. This was all during the Summer of Love, 1967. I tell you, that's when music, the second takeoff, really the third takeoff of rock. Elvis was first, not really. You had Little Richard, Chuck Berry, then, but Elvis was first. Then you had the Beatles and the British invasion, and then you had psychedelia, which took off Monterey, all the groups. But look at this album. I mean, is this psychedelia or what? And by the way, even though people say the music is horrible, it isn't. Oh, let's sing this all together. Citadel, In Another Land. Great song, 2000 man. Won't you know I'm a 2000 man? I love this album. Great album. I love psychedelia. Get it, listen to it. See, it's right here. It says, it's here. And then you get there, and that's the truth. And then you get there, listen to the first side, take it off, crank it, go to the second side. Don't go to these other albums that have 15 other songs. Listen to it the way the Stones meant it to be listened to, even if they don't like it now. I like it. Listen to it and look at this. It's just kind of moving. Woo! Wait till the next album.
I was more into Sgt. Pepper at the time.
Oh, Sgt. Pepper was great too. And how can you say it wasn't? Let me tell you about Sgt. Pepper, man. I had my radio. It was this big radio. It was a multi-band radio. And you turn it on, it made noise. And I couldn't keep it really low. So if I wanted to listen at night, because my room was right next to my parents' room, I had to like put it under the pillow and listen to it. And when Sergeant Pepper's was announced and the word was out, there was this New York, I think it was a New York station, some station that was playing it all night long. It just started playing. So I turned it on and I'm falling asleep with my head on the pillow, listening to the music. I woke up listening to the radio and they gave me a little shit the next day. I said, excuse me, I'm sorry, we do not cuss here. I
Cousin
apologize.
Brucey.
I'm sorry, it just kind of blew out. It wasn't meant in any way except to say that I loved it. And my parents came in and said, "What are you doing? Listen to music." So it was great. There was just
That's
so much
great.
good music during psychedelia. You had Janis Joplin, who did, of course, the man Hendrix. And then you had Otis Redding. Otis.
Sitting by the
Fat,
dock of the
fat, fat,
bed.
fat, fat, fat. Respect. Most people don't realize Respect was Otis's song, not Aretha's. Let's get back. We have another little problem here with national security. How about Hegseth? Has anybody been following what's been going on with our supposed defense secretary? You sit there and he goes, "Hey, we have bad info. People are just mad." Meanwhile, he's fired 3 or 4 guys for some type of insider giving out information stuff. He has been bringing his wife into these security meetings. What? Have you guys brought in your wife? Have you brought in your dog? Have you brought in your child? Have you brought in your Nana? Maybe you should ask your Nana. Maybe Hexas should ask Nana. Nana, please come into these securities with me. Security means so you and my wife can sit together and talk. Wouldn't that be fine? We can learn so much. What is going on? And then these guys get on TV on Fox the other night and go, "Well, it was on Signal and it was all set up by the Obama administration or the Biden administration." I sit there and go, wait a second. The info came from the general who was handling the strike. The general sent it all up by the correct security protocols. The general took it up the correct security protocols, the way it was supposed to be. But our joke of a defense secretary took it and threw it out on Signal. Yeah, let's just let everybody see it. You don't think the Chinese saw it ahead of time? You don't think the Russians saw it ahead of time? We have a real national security hole here. We have a major loser at the top. I mean, this guy's horrible. All he does is blame everybody else for his incompetence. So he thinks he's cool because he's got a little tattoo there. He's always pulling it down. Look, stuff can do this. Look, I can do as many push-ups as that guy can do, but he can't do mental push-ups. That's the problem. All he can do is get mad and yell and scream and do a couple push-ups on the floor. I'll do as many as him, and I'm a lot older than that guy. Does that mean I can be the defense secretary? No. But of course, I don't have tattoos to show how cool I am. And I can't bring my wife in and think about maybe bringing my Nana in down the road. I mean, that's what this guy's doing. What is this? Where is our national security? He's fired everybody. Remember I talked about this the other day, Joe? The OCC, the Office of the Controller of the Currency, which runs the banks, has been hacked. Has anybody heard about this? Has anybody talked about this? Has the hack been fixed? Are the banks dealing with it? With the OCC? They weren't for a while. What's going on? And then you go and fire all your cybersecurity people, and then this happens? It's just happening all around the country right now. We are slowly starting to implode. This has nothing to do with TDS or any of that. Yeah, Trump's deranged, but that's not the issue here. It's just really starting to implode. I'm telling you, June, July, hang on. People are going to be bummed. There's going to be a lot of bad stuff going on. Joe.
Trump was so concerned about DEI hires, so he put in all these bimbo type people that maybe look good, but they don't have anything going on up here. It's a shame. He put in incompetent people in important positions. What do you expect to happen? And that's what we're
Brought in
seeing.
his brother who does a podcast.
He does a
We know
podcast.
more
I
than
know.
that guy knows, and he
He
brings
takes
him in. Right.
he takes backup guys in Fox News and puts them heads of organizations. What did
I don't
people
know about
expect?
that. I don't know if he puts those guys in, but he sure listens to them. But he
What
took
do you
his
think?
brother, he took his brother and did it and put him in some. His brother doesn't know anything. He's a podcaster. They got rid of Voice of America. They got rid of Radio Free Europe. You see what's going on with Russia. They're rolling to Russia no matter what Russia wants. They're giving it to them. It's just a total implosion of what it is. Nobody can trust us. And remember this, guys. What is the United States' biggest vulnerability? Let's keep this in mind. I've raised this every week and twice a week, and everybody forgets about it. It's our bonds. We sell bonds to the world. The world always bought our bonds. They said, why? Because they knew we would pay on our bonds. They never had to worry about American bonds. You pay it, you go on. Now they're reading in this strategy 2525 that they're talking about putting a fee on American bonds. Oh, really? That's not really paying on bonds. If it happens, it hasn't happened yet, but it's in that strategy 2025 or whatever it is. But think about, people don't want to buy our bonds. So when we used to be, don't think we are anymore. When we were the hegemon, when the dollar ran the world, okay, and we lived on top of the world, because that's what everybody forgets, how good we had it. Now people are going to say, I don't want your dollar, and they start selling our dollar. And when they sell our dollar, the value of our dollar goes down. They don't buy it for security reasons. The value of our dollar goes down. When the value of the dollar goes down, you want to buy something from somebody else, it isn't worth as much. And all those jobs aren't here. All these jobs that this guy's promising, these robots, danger, Will Robinson, danger, Will Robinson. You know it's going to happen. That's what it's going to be. You see, you guys can say Joe and I are old, but for old guys, we see the future. We're not afraid of the past. We've seen the past. We know what it's going to be. The past foretells the future. Technology is going to take over all these jobs that everybody thinks we're bringing back here, because they're going to build the technology into the factories. And if you think otherwise, you are like lost. Otherwise, you tell me, what are you going to train all these workers to do, Joe? How do they know how to work at these places if they're not built yet? How are they trained to do all that? They can't. Thank you, Jason. That's what it is. Lord, I don't want to be back in my father's economy. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be there. I want to be where we were, man. Just 5-7 years ago, we were the hegemon, okay? I don't know about that, Gorilla Bots. TDS? No, unfortunately, Trump's derangement is not hilarious. Do you think Trump's derangement is hilarious, Joe? I don't think so, Yorkshire. It's kind of a bummer.
It's for all the people who lost their jobs, for academic institutions, they can't do
Mhm.
research anymore.
Mhm.
That's a barrel of laughs, that's for sure.
It sure is. Hey, holy moly. Joe's pretty chill because we've known each other 53 years. That's half the fun. That's why we play off each other here. Look at him laughing. He's put up with me for 53 years. I put up with him for 53 years. We're the opposite, but in so many ways the same. And we get along great and we have a great time. And it wouldn't be fun if you had two crazy men like me on both sides. And it wouldn't be fun if you had two chill guys like Joe on there. So we play off each other. We have a great time. We don't agree on sometimes on stuff. We generally agree on things. We love America. We know that. We love families. We just love this country. So that's what we do. So yeah, we're really close. So let me tell you, I got nothing to apologize for. But, these days when people are so busy hating each other, people are so busy finding reasons to dislike each other and not want to talk with each other. That's not what we do. That's not what we do with our pledge brothers. That's not what we do with our fraternity brothers. We got some that totally disagree with us, that are totally think we're crazy. I went out today with lunch with somebody who I've known since high school, who thinks I am like gone. So what? We're having a great time at lunch. We just had a great, we've known each other all these years. That's what America is. You throw some stuff at each other, spitball every now and then, okay. But why are we going at it? And that's what makes it so work. What do you mean, what is a woman? Come on. I don't understand that. And Gorilla, you see, that's Gorilla Ball's sad. Joe, I feel bad for Gorilla Balls. He never has any facts to put up, he or she. All he does is say, I'm tough and I can give some names. And I can't even spell you. I do it as Y-O-U, but he does it as a U. And you sit there and you go, come on, I've given you the answer about the schnoz. I love it. You're right, Sonny. AI robots are going to do it, but they're not built in yet. They will be built in. What you have to remember, lay it out, Gorilla. I've been laying it out. Okay, Joe and I are waiting. Here it comes. But at the same time, Sonny, is that the point is that they build the factories. The robots will be built into the factories to be able to, I assume, or in some way integrated. So they do all this stuff. So when it comes out, they'll be doing that work. That's where it'll be. Okay.
We believe
Mike,
in border security.
are we
Yes.
ignoring Mike? Did Mike say something, Joe? He says we're going to ignore him. So I don't know What happened there? Tell me
Um,
if I'm missing something. Mike, tell me what I'm missing. Texas Repo, look at any of our videos. We've been totally hard on security. We've always believed on security of the border. No problem there, my friend. None at all. Joseph, I hope you're being an LOL. I hate LOL. Nobody knows who's sarcastic anymore. But I try to make it obvious when I'm sarcastic. But it's really another horrible day because remember, one day he's going to fire the Fed chairman, right? The next day he's going to keep the Fed chairman. One day the Fed chairman interest rates should be reduced, and he's going to do this the next day. I'm not going to fire the Fed chairman until he gets mad in another couple of days when he sees that the economy isn't turning around. Because remember, guys, have you heard any deals made? Joe, have you heard about any deals?
no.
So it means every day this is going on, there are tariffs being added into things that may or may not be coming here. Think you all heard, I mentioned it, I think a few weeks ago, that all these ships from China have been stopped and they're not coming to America any longer. They're being sent to other places, so they're not selling things here. We are in the middle of a slowdown that we can't believe because our economy has been so good, has been so strong, has been so consistent because we were the hegemon. The world was built around us because we were really pretty cool dudes, I think, a while ago. And now nobody trusts us. Nobody wants us. We're just transactional. We have a president who says, only worry about me. Don't worry about America. America doesn't matter. Just make me a deal, and doesn't make any. And every day we go by, it gets worse and worse because more businesses start closing. People can't afford to be paid. Unemployment insurance goes up and nothing happens. And even when the deal is finally made, you think it's going to be a full deal, Joe? No way. You know how the lawyers get involved. You got to sit down and put it all together. He's like, shake. Oh, you didn't do this. Oh, you didn't do that. That's what's going to happen. Guys, look at this. Plus, Joseph, our world's not falling apart. I'm telling you, Jason, you're totally correct. It doesn't matter, caps lock. Joseph, it doesn't matter. It's falling apart. Hyundai is building when? If they're doing it, they already were doing it before Trump was president. Gorilla balls. Fact. Okay? Fact. And Jason, tell it like it is. The Hyundai plant will be largely automated. Mike, not only Obama, but President Clinton did, and they came in. The Vice President Gore came in with the book, and they cut a lot of stuff. I agree with you, but you can't walk in and just say people don't matter, people stink. I'm just going to cut them. People are in the test. Something Joe's been screaming about for months, and I've been kind of laying back on it, letting him do it. Why do you pick on people who are working and treat them like dirt? You want to riff them. You work with them. You try to do things. What can we do? How are we going? Make sure there's no holes. Make sure we're covered. Make sure we got cybersecurity. Make sure we got all this, and treat the people like people. You're going to make people angry. It's just going to get angrier and angrier out there. Sometimes I wonder if that isn't part of what President Trump wants, is just a country that's so angry at itself and it doesn't look at him and realize that he is the one stirring the pot and making people so angry. Departments, scroll up a tad. I'm sorry. Digital currency, Magnus, that's my concern. We lose the dollar and digital currency. How long ago we were talking about that? If it becomes crypto, who needs the dollar? Goodbye. Wario, wow. Okay, we're not crying. We're just telling it like it is. Really? Gorilla, what's the largest auto plant moving from Mexico to USA? Fact. Tell me. And tell me when it's happening. Tell me when they're signing the lease. Tell me when they're starting to build. Tell me what land they're building it on. Tell me when they're doing it. Tell me when they're hiring people. You can tell me all those facts. I'm with you. What are those colorful frame pics? I have an artist I like.
Do people like
Art
my
Crumb.
artwork behind
Oh,
me?
I'm sorry. You're talking about, that's Joe's son who did the artwork behind Joe.
Yeah.
That's Philadelphia.
Look up
Mine.
Michael Volpicelli. You can buy his artwork.
You
There.
can buy it right on. And this is R. Crumb, Robert Crumb. I love Robert Crumb. So I love R. Crumb. So go to Vulpes. We don't sell, but it's there if you want to do it. Yeah, you're right, Yorkshire. He lost it. He had to leave. Elon had to leave. He had to run back to his company because he was in trouble. Think about that. Okay? Think about that. Gorilla. Factories were shuttered when Trump was here. Trump promised factories were coming in his first term, and it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Jeffrey, it doesn't matter about being a Democrat. Democrat, Republican, Independent. You got to be something in my state, because if you want to vote in the primary, you got to be a party member. If you're not a party member, you can't vote in the primary. It doesn't make sense. So of course I'm going to be a primary, be in the party. Great, but that's horrible, Mike. I had XRP, Ripple, RippleNet, all this. All people are going to do is hide money. Is that the whole idea? So we disperse and hide money everywhere, then who knows which is real? What people forget, Mike, is that during the revolution, after the revolution, there was all these different, they called species, SPECIES, of money. Joe always wonders how I know this stuff. I just love this stuff. But and each state offered their own, or cities would offer it. And people who knew what it was worth, it was this dollar from New York, and it was this from here, and this from here. And it didn't work. That's what you're talking about here. Jason, right on. Jason likes your son's art. Right on, my
Beautiful.
Joe.
I have to let him know.
Magnus, there's no total control over digital currency because so many have been hacked. Right? How many of these digital companies have been hacked? They've been hacked. They took it. Okay? What can I tell you? Let me tell you, Gorilla Balls. Well, what good is that? Student loan borrowers have wages attached to refunds taken. They're way behind right now. Is that good? They'll just have you can filing bankruptcy won't help, because bankruptcy does not erase student loans. You're going to have a real issue there. What goes on? How does that have to have it work? And I don't know. So it's going to be all these. We're talking about an economy as it just starts imploding and more people get in trouble, and then wait for the black swan. You all know what a black swan is, right? And thank you guys for putting up with us. We love you. Because we know Thursdays, Wednesdays are never our big nights. Sundays are at 11. Please remember it's 11 in the morning, Sundays. We love you. But the black swan is when something big happens that nobody sees coming. And when you sit back and realize that so much money is in this netherworld of hedge funds and family funds and all this, and nobody knows about it. And there are loans everywhere that you and I don't know about. And all it's going to take is one break for things to start really coming together and going down. If we have a lot of unemployment, we have all these delinquencies and stuff happening. So keep an eye on all this. It's slowly, it's like piece by piece. Remember, you don't take an empire down. We're not an empire, but I'm using it as a word, overnight. It takes a while. We've been pulling pieces out. Well, Humpty Dumpty has been dropped by Trump, and you can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. The question is, what are we going to be doing? What are we going to be doing? It's just our crumb, my friend. Benja, good government have to help out the student loans, but this government doesn't care. They're going to go, you're finished. It doesn't matter. This is not that government. You're right about that, Benji. If that's my friend Benji, I love you. If it ain't, you're my friend anyhow. We give you a thumbs up. Fully encrypted amount, not true, Mike. These people are getting hacked. It's just happening all over the place. At least with a dollar, you can't hack a dollar. I know I got my dollar. And that's what we're saying, Benji. It didn't fall in one day. It takes a while for things to do it. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. Is that Dr. Phil there? That's Dr. Phil.
I'm no Dr. Phil. No.
You're Dr. Phil.
I'm a real doctor.
He is a real doctor.
I'm
Isn't
a
Dr.
real
Phil a real doctor? Isn't he a
No.
real doctor, Joe?
No.
He's not an MD?
He's not an MD. No, of course not.
I
No.
thought he was. I had no idea. They call him Dr. Phil.
Yeah, well.
Oh, of course there are ways to
A
control.
doctor of
Benji from Tacoma
television,
Park.
pop psychology, maybe, but not a real doctor.
Benja, we love Tacoma Park. We know where you guys are. Let me show you something else while we're at it. Because when you get bummed, you have to put up with Trump's derangement. I showed you another album, which was really good. I keep coming back to the music. I think it's so important. Love music. He is a phony, Benja. That's what Dr. B said. Let me show you this album. The Pretenders. Let me tell you. Chrissie Hynde had one of the greatest voices in rock for a woman. She's deep, incredible. One of the greatest women's voices around. She was very close with Ray Davies. Ray Davies, now Ray Davis from the Kinks. Ray and Dave Davies, they don't get along. So Dave is Dave Davies, Ray is Ray Davis. But either way, the Pretenders, new wave. It came up like around 79, 80. This album just rocked out. Now, this guy died from drugs, and this guy died from drugs, but they cooked. He stayed her drummer for a long time, okay? But listen, you get this album. First side is not as good as the second side, but I love, but she sings like this. She just has this incredible, I saw Christy so many times. Precious is a really good song to do it. Tattoo Love Boys, The Weight. Then we start getting into it. Stop Your Sobbing. Brass in Pocket. We all know that one, right? Dun, 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 dun. I got brass dun, 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 in pocket. We know that song. Everybody knows that song was gigantic. Mystery Achievement. That song just rocks out. Listen, we get worked up. We say, what's happening to the world? We don't know what's happening to the world. We tell you what we think is happening, but this is what's happening. Pull up the Pretenders. Listen to this album. Chrissy, Pete, James Honeyman, Scott, and Martin Chambers. Incredible album. We give you two of them. The Stones, they try to dig deep. I try to give you stuff that people don't hear. I don't give you Pink Floyd. I don't give you Fleetwood Mac. Though if I gave you Fleetwood Mac, I'd give it to you original Fleetwood Mac, not when they became too big for me. So there's a lot of stuff out there. We're blowing it at you, and you got to remember, no matter what happens, the music. Are we not men? We are Devo. Every time I say a de-evolution, look up de-evolution. Now, we're on next Sunday. Oh, we're going to be getting even crazier there because there's stuff happening. But, thank you. We love you. If it's square, we won't be there. Please give us some thumbs up when you think about it. Please give us comments. Please subscribe, Just an American Citizen. Please subscribe today, as it's known as Dr. V Presents Joe Talks. And we go for that. Watch him at Harvard. He did his Harvard thing. This man is just wild.
I even had an AI thumbnail on there.
Oh, man, you do that.
You got to see the thumbnail.
but let me tell you, Benja, don't step back. Bring your friends here. Benja, that's not a DEI album. This is a great album. Hold on, Benja. I love the DEI. This is 7980. Who knew what DEI was? Did you know? I was just starting to I was just graduating from graduate school. I didn't know what DEI was. I just know I saw them in concert and I went, incredible. I mean, she is a great singer, and that band rocked two albums until the drugs took them. DEI, it's called great music. Mike, we love you, baby. We do love you. Come on back. No, I don't know him. Benja, I'm happy you're dreaming. I'm happy you're kidding. Sunday, 11. If you're square, we don't go there. We don't go there. And that's the way it is. Period. We see you Sunday at 11. Thank you. Put comments to it. I've been putting shorts up. Check those out. Pieces of this. We are ready. We are rocking. See you then.